Hello, I'm Marcus Boston. Quick video today, and we're going to talk about a question that came into us, and that question was, well, what are the long-term outcomes for a baby that has HIE? In other words, a baby that has suffered a brain injury, and right after birth, the baby has to either be taken to the NICU or the baby has been diagnosed with an HIE diagnosis. And so a lot of times parents can have this question, what are the long-term challenges going to look like? Well, the short answer is that it's going to depend on the severity of the injury. It's going to depend on the severity of the brain injury. In some cases, you can have children who has an HIE diagnosis and it will have little to no effect on them. But on the flip side, you can have other children who can have a more severe injury and they may have more challenges going into the future. And so that is the purpose of today's video, is to help you understand that the long-term outcomes, they can vary from child to child. No child is going to be the exact same when it comes to these diagnoses. And like I said, you want to know first and foremost the severity of the injury, because the more severe the injury, the more challenges that the baby may face going into the future. Now, that is also a good part to dovetail into the second part of what I would like to talk about too, when it comes to long-term outcomes and children meeting the challenges moving into the future. Now, if you're watching this video, and more than likely you've probably seen our YouTube page or maybe our website, and you know what we do. We assist families and we investigate cases for families who have children who have been diagnosed with HIE at birth. And if it's a case in which we think that we can help the family, we will move forward and we will file a lawsuit on behalf of the family, usually the baby and the parents. We will file a lawsuit. And when we put these lawsuits together, when we put these cases together, they are based on what we call negligence. That's essentially what they are. There are negligence cases. And for negligence cases, there's 4 big elements that you have to meet, and that is duty, breach of duty, causation, and damages, number 4. And when we break it down a little bit more, there's other things you got to look at: standard of care, whether there was a deviation from the standard which caused the injury. So you've got all of these pieces moving, but that 4th big element, damages, that is really important when it comes to the law. And it is in this element in which we help families with these challenges, because for a lot of parents, their concerns are being able to help their child as that child gets older to meet their challenges. And a part of helping meet these challenges deals with money. It deals with the cost of treatment. And so when we put these cases together, we build in them something called a life care plan. And that life care plan is used to help families meet these challenges. So for a life care plan, for example, you will have a certified life care planner. We use certified life care planners, and these individuals will come out. They will talk with you. They will do a day in the life. They will look at how you and your child, how you interact. They will look at things like, where are you living? What type of house do you have? Is it a 2-story house or is it a ranch? These are really important questions, because as your child gets older, let's say you've got stairs, that may not be the best way to go, especially if the child needs a wheelchair or certain other types of medical devices. So within that life care plan, we will put things like that in there. Whether or not your car, let's say for example, you need a ramp on your vehicle, if there's to help with wheelchair access. You may have a situation in which the showering in the bathroom, that may need to be reworked if there's medical devices or wheelchairs or things of that nature. So all of these things are put into this life care plan, and this is what allows us to help families. It's one of the ways in which we are able to help families meet these challenges with their child going into the future. And all of this ties back into that long-term outcome, because the more that you can help your child with in regards to treatment and things like that, then the better chances your child has to being successful with meeting these challenges into the future. So why have I taken the time today to talk with you about this really important information? Because more than likely, if you're watching today's video, you are here because you are concerned about your baby's challenges. And I'm not just talking about the challenges that they may face right now. Maybe they're an infant right now, or maybe they're 1 year old right now. They're a 1 year old, but you're concerned about what's going to happen, or how are you going to meet these challenges as your baby gets 5, or your baby turns 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years old. You're looking down the line and you have concerns about your child. There's a telephone number on the screen. Go ahead and pick up the phone and give me a call. I talk with families all the time about this. I talk with families about HIE, CP, cerebral palsy, other types of birth trauma or birth injury related issues. That is what we do. Now, before I leave, I want to also make sure that you understand that because this video is on the internet, I understand it's on the internet, that you may not be in Maryland right now, and you may want to call me and talk with me about everything. I practice law here in the state of Maryland. And if you're not in Maryland and you call me, you have to understand that what we have to do is we use what we call local counsel or co-counsel in your area to help move these cases if we believe that this is something that we can assist you with. So before I leave, I just want to make sure that you understand the local counsel aspect of everything. All right, that's going to be it for today's quick educational video. Again, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm one of the childbirth injury and medical malpractice attorneys practicing law here in the state of Maryland at Boston Law Group, LLC. And we will see you next time. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.